Now that joint was already big on the song, you know what I'm saying? And then the remix, he threw Drake on there. He recorded the joint. It got a little bit bigger, but he didn't, you know, he wasn't in the video.
But I salute him just for even getting on the record because it says a lot about his character for him to just get out and step it in, and just get shed more light on the record. He shed a little more light on the record because it was a hot record. So he did take it to give his fans a chance to listen to what he had to come out, what he had to say on Tony Montana, and giving his fans a chance to hear Future for the first time. But he didn't get on the video. It wasn't like. I wasn't real mad about it, but I just felt like when I first talked to him about it, I told him, when you do this, make sure you know what you're doing. This is my baby. This is the first song that I'm doing. This is Tony Montana. This is my single. This the one that I feel like mean the most to me because this is my breakout single. Even though Racks, I did it, and it was just that broke my career. It shed light on my career before my breakout single was Tony. So I told him, like, don't make the picture. Don't mess up the picture. Don't mess up rap, hip hop, because they want to see. That's what they want you to do. You know what I'm saying? They want you not to be in the video. They want you to do the verse. And when it comes down to the business, they want it all to mess up. And that's what the people want to see. Give the people something that they wasn't expecting. You know what I'm saying? So he just gave them what they wanted to see, basically. So he wasn't in it. And wasn't a shocker because I told him when he did it, I knew he was gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just because that's what the music industry have come to. It's like, nobody ain't trying to get nobody a hand and help nobody to push them in the right direction no more than what you're going. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm going in the right direction, but ain't nobody trying to really just push me and say pick it back off them, which is I'm not trying to do. I was just trying to deliver a great video. I was just trying to deliver what the people heard, what the fans heard, and what I seen. Why I choose you to get on my record out of all people. So many people from Atlanta wanted to get on this song, and it's just like basically a slap in my face because they like, shit, you should have did it for somebody from Atlanta who was gonna get in the video, who wanted to be part of your video, and you go outside Atlanta and you try to get something different. I really wanted to give Atlanta something different, and when it turned up into being a slap in my face for it not to complete the whole thought. You know what I'm saying? We didn't really complete the thought. So just the thought of him getting on it deserves a salute, but the thought of not being complete, the salute come back.
Okay. I mean, even without him on it, it's still a huge record.
It's still a huge record. It's a huge record. But like I said, when you do something hip hop, you want to complete the thought. Everything gotta have to make sense, and for that record to make sense, and him being on it and it taking off how I did it, and it being the original version, it only made sense for him to get in it. But it made more sense for us to shoot a movie to. So being that we shot the movie, it really don't even matter.
Okay. All right. So
the storyline wouldn't even connect with the way how we were trying to present it. So it was like a gift and a curse. It was a gift for him not to even show up because we had the chance to make it a movie, so people actually see what I was trying to come up, what I was trying to paint, the picture I was trying to paint with the video.
So like, was this something where you reached out to him and before the video was even shot, he was like, "Yo, shoot this video," or was it like it was already time to shoot the video and he just didn't show up? Like, what happened with, like, is that how it happened?
It was reaching out, people reaching out, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people reached out. Like, the label tried to do what they did, and then they was trying to get me. They was like, "Man, maybe you should have called him." I was like, "Man, I don't want to get it. I don't even like to call people and ask them for nothing. I want to work hard for everything. I want to make sure it's mine. I don't want nobody to feel like they gave me anything." So it was the point where I told him, like, man, the label done pushed me to the point where they're like, "Man, can you say something to him?" So it got to the point where I would never call him. I would just let them do what they had to do, talk to him and work out the logistics for us, getting him paid, what he wanted to get paid, we compensated for his verse. So once that got done, he got paid when he got the money. You know what I'm saying? Then I was like, okay, that can't be stopping it because he got what he wanted for it. Like, what else is it? So, but I had meetings with people who represent him before I even signed a deal. They already told me, well, we're not going to clear Drake verse then. Like, if you don't sign to us, we're not going to clear his verse. They said that in my meeting. So he tried to make it seem like it was something on his album. Like, man, I'm trying to record my album. Like, I'm finished up recording my album. Like, 2 hours out your day. Like, when you're not recording your album, and we trying to fit it in your schedule, because he was coming up to New York, so he couldn't make it to Santo Domingo 1 week. Then 1 week he was saying, I want to do it in Toronto. So we was like, okay, we'll come to Toronto. Then he was like, well, you come to Toronto, I'm be in the studio. So we like, okay, we'll come to New York. He was like, I'm coming. He had Jimmy Fallon, a late night show he had to do. So he was like, okay, since you're gonna be in New York, like 3 weeks went by, you're gonna be in New York. Come on, we're gonna just do it. We're just gonna book a studio session for 2 hours and just get a green screen. Or we're gonna get a little restaurant so you can walk in and then make it look like we over in Santo Domingo. He's like, man, I'm working on my album. I'm like, your album ain't got nothing to do with in the morning when you wake up early in the morning. Shit, 2 hours out your day, then we done paid you $100,000, whatever you want. If it's about the money, I give you the money. If that's what it's about, you got the money. It's like, nah, I want to do it. So why you don't do it? Like, people do make time for what they want to make time for. So at the end of the day, and I was just like, man, you ain't even got to do it then. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, if it's that big of an issue, don't do it. Like, I don't want to feel like I got to pressure you into doing something that you don't want to do. You wanted to get on the record. I didn't call you. Ain't like I called you and reached out to you. I was in my own zone doing me. You could have never got on the record. We would have still been doing fine. But, and you know what I'm saying? You reached out to me and get on it. So I don't know what you want, what your real reason for doing it. But at the end of the day, I took it as a win-win situation because Tony was a hot record. And then he jumped on it. He didn't have to do it. So I just take a negative and make it a positive. Even though he didn't get in the video, hey, he jumped on the record. It was a win-win for my situation. We got to move on. Magic, the next single. Don't get caught up in what a person haven't done for you. Just use it as a tool to make you even go harder, you know what I'm saying? So I just use that to go back in the studio and do it all over again. So it ain't even no hard feelings towards Drake or whatever. It just show you, man, people have their own different motives of why they do things. And even, it wasn't even on him. He tried to make it seem like it was on him, but I already had the meeting that he didn't even probably know about. I had a meeting with the people that represented him before I did the deal. They was mad I didn't do the deal with them. You know what I'm saying? So they already said, man, we're not going to clear Drake, period. We're not going to clear him. Like, you don't sign with us, you're not going to clear him. So that's just the industry for you right there.
Okay. Was it like Universal or Young Money? Or?
No, it wasn't Young Money. It wasn't Young Money. It wasn't Universal. Like, most definitely wasn't Young Money.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about
it was more on his management side. You know what I'm saying? With management,
okay.
It was a management decision.